Sunshine, and I'm here today with a message because Spirit said you need to hear this. And whatever it is you need to hear, you know you can find that right here on my TikTok and my YouTube. If you would like to donate to my channel, my Cash App is Sunshine891. My PayPal is Earth Angel Sunshine. You can also donate by loving this video, sharing, and commenting. And you can also send gifts through TikTok if you like. Happy Saturday, y'all. I'm getting up here. I'm doing a quick read, nothing too long. And yeah. So a lot of people like to call in they spiritual team before they start the reading, but I'm always calling them in, so they already around me. If y'all was ever wondering why, I don't be calling them in, but they around me. I want to thank everybody for the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the support to my channel, the ones that's been rocking with me since I started this channel. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. And like I said, if you know a friend, a family member, anybody that need healing advice when it comes down to love or just in general, send them right here to my channel. I don't act hostility. I don't treat people like I don't see them commenting and stuff like that. I don't mind engaging with the community when it comes down to this healing stuff that I do. All right, y'all, so let's jump on into the reading and let's see what it is that Spirit wants you to know when it comes down to love and relationships. You know, yeah, love and relationships. Hold on, y'all, let me turn the light up. Sometimes, hold on. Sometimes I do give like general messages, but that be like early in the daytime. I don't know, it's something about the daytime when I give out like general messages, not really love related. It's like you can put it where it resonate, but this is a relationship, love relationship. Put it where it resonate. Cause see, a lot of people they go through stuff in connections. Some people get closed off from connections. Some people never even date again. You heard, like my mother, I ain't never, after my father, I ain't really see her with nobody else after that. Sometimes people get so hurt in connections that they don't even really go out there and try again. So, you know, that's why I go live talking about love. And also to help people open up their heart chakra. Because, you know, once you get betrayed or you go through something when it comes down to relationships, it'd be hard to open up again. It'd be hard to trust people again. So that's why I really get up here and go live, you know, to help those people out. Anyway, let's jump on into the reading. Why would this thing turn like that? Let's jump on into the reading. And let's see what it is that Spirit wants y'all to know for today. Excuse me if y'all saw my big ass belly. I'm waiting for my daughter to get out. She's taking her sweet passionate time. Her time is up inside this. She needs to come on out. Good evening. All right, y'all, let's jump on into the reading and let's see what it is that Spirit wants y'all to know when it comes down to love and relationship. So let's get the overall energy. What is the overall energy for the collective tonight when it comes down to love and relationship, Holy Spirit? What's the overall energy? The overall energy. If you haven't followed me on YouTube, please do so, because that's where I put the whole video up. I only put 15 minutes up on TikTok. Follow me on YouTube as well, y'all. What's the overall energy for today's video? If you would like to comment on this video today, go ahead. I answer back. I don't ask state. This is a free community. You can say what you want. Just don't start saying nothing too crazy, because I might have to block you. The last time somebody started talking about what if the person got a gun and all of this shit, I had to block them. You need to go to the cops. You don't need to be on my channel with that. Let's get the overall energy. Overall energy. What's the overall energy for tonight's reading for the collective? The overall energy. So in the shadows, we got conscious anger. Feeling anger, use it wisely. It is a signal when boundaries are crossed. So, collective, you could be feeling angry about something. I ain't going to flip this other card over yet. But we just going to get into the shadows first. You could be feeling angry about something when it comes down to your relationship, your connection, whatever it is that you want to call what you dealing with. That's your business, collective. I'm just here to give you some insight and some wisdom. But Spirit wants you to know to use your anger wisely. You know, anger is an emotion. It's not something that's supposed to be pushed under the rug. It's not something that you acting like you're not supposed to feel. Anger is an emotion. And when you feel angry, that means something ain't right. It also means that it's time to make a change because something making you angry. So it say feel anger. In other words, you could be upset with your person. You could feel angry with your person right now. That's okay. You heard? But use the anger wisely. Don't start spazzing out. You don't got to crash out. You don't really got to do too much. But use the energy wisely. All emotions could be used in a way to help you, push you forward, to give you wisdom, to give you a way out. All emotions. So it's not just about happiness and joy. There are other emotions, and this one we talking about today is anger. It say feel anger, use it wisely. It is a signal when boundaries are crossed. So collective. When it comes down to your connection, you may feel like your person crossed some boundaries with you. You heard? And you upset about that. You know, and conscious anger is being aware that you angry. Some people be angry, they don't even know they be angry. They be trying to act like they not angry. Or they act like they not bothered by something. No, you have to face what you feel. Once you face what you feel, you could get through it in a different way. So you may feel like your partner crossed some boundaries when it came down to the connection between you guys. We're going to get into what these boundaries was that was crossed. But first, I'm just giving the overall energy. The overall energy is you feeling like some boundaries was crossed between you and this person. Then we have recharge. What? Come on. Give me a second, y'all. Let me go help this boy in the bathroom. He wait till I go now. Wipe his butt and go to this shit. Calm down, buddy. That's that talk. But watch your face on the door. That's how you hit your lip. Watch your face. Sorry, y'all. So, like I was saying, y'all, before my son started asking me to help him. We have recharge here. It say, in the frenzied world, pause to refill your divine vessel. Don't exhaust yourself in endless busyness. So, collective, you make, like I said before I even flip this card over, you trying to ignore the fact that you angry about something. You trying to push it to the side. You trying to act like it's not there, but it is there. And if you don't face it now, it's going to end up showing up somewhere else. You may find yourself lashing out at people. You may find yourself not even wanting to be bothered with people, all because you're trying to run from what it is that you feel. So Spirit's saying, when it comes down to this connection that you're in, it's time for you to recharge. And in the time of recharging, that's when you're going to be able to articulate what you're feeling. You know, whether you angry, whether you need some space, you know, you put it where it resonates. But don't exhaust yourself in busyness, trying to keep yourself busy or trying not to focus on the fact that this person done crossed the boundary with you. You heard? So let's jump right on to the reading. And let's see what it is that Spirit wants you to know today when it comes down to your connection. Why is the collective feeling conscious anger when it comes down to their person? Why are they feeling conscious anger? So we have revenge, retaliation, plotting, payback, punishing, getting even. So your person may have did something to you, collective, to get you back. I don't know why this person wanted to get you back, but there's something, or maybe your person did something to you and you may feel like you want to get them back. Be honest with yourself. Don't front. But whatever this is that happened, this is something that happened in the past. And you may be looking back at it. And you may feel stuck about this, you know? But look, we got to get away here. Again, it's the same thing like recharge. Go on a vacation, begin an adventure, run away together. So both times it's coming out that you need to take some time to yourself. But something happened in the past between you and your partner. Whatever this is that happened, your person crossed the line with you. You heard? They crossed some type of line with you. I'm not saying that you want to get revenge back on this person, but you don't appreciate what this person did to you at all. You don't appreciate it. You know, but don't go trying to get revenge. That's why this card say, feel anger and use it wisely. Use what you feeling wisely. Don't feel like, oh, I got to get this person back, or this person crossed the line with me, or this person broke my heart, or this person went and cheated on me, or this person did that to me. Don't think like that, collective. Whatever this person did to you, don't allow it to stop you from being you. Sometimes we get into stuff and then we want to get people back. You're human. It's okay to feel like that. Don't feel if you feel like you want to get somebody back, that's just how you feel. But you got to learn how to have control over your emotions. Yes, this person did cross a boundary with you in the past. And yes, you may feel like you want to get this person back. And yes, you may feel stuck about what this person did to you. But revenge is not the answer. Use your anger consciously. Feel what you feel. But don't allow it to make you do something that you wouldn't normally do if you wasn't feeling that way. And even though this person may have crossed a boundary with you, Spirit is saying, go recharge, you know? Take some time to yourself. Don't automatically jump and try to get this person back. Let me tell you. It was a time where we doing the 10-year challenge with 2016. And as I look back at 2016, because that was a really rough year for me. And during the time, the person that I was dating, their father just passed away. You heard? And the father was staying with me in my home with me and, you know, my ex. And we ended up growing a bond. Me and my ex-father, we grew a bond. And out of nowhere, he just died. You heard? So it was a lot for me. Back then, I didn't really like death. I wasn't really big on death like that. See, now it's a little bit different because I'm more tapped into my gifts. But people dying around me and stuff, it's a hard pill to swallow, especially when it's people close to you. And let me tell you, when he died, I did everything in my power to be there for my ex. I did everything in my power to be there for him. I made sure, you know, he was feeling good, trying to keep his spirits up. And then like a week later, my cousin died. This wasn't no regular cousin, though. This was a cousin that raised me. You know, I come from a big family, so if my mother went out, she'd leave me with this cousin. When it was time to graduate and go to prom, this cousin would take me out to find a dress. You know, that type of bond. So it was a lot for me to deal with in that year. Tell me why. Listen, I'm being honest with y'all. After I went through all of that, my ex left me for dead. After I made sure he was okay and I gave him the energy he needed and, you know, I pushed him to try to make sure he was okay, you know, after losing his father, because I never lost a parent before, you know. And I was with this person for a lot of years. And not only that, they fought to watch me grow up. We grew up with each other. So it was like I understood that this person needed that extra push. You know what he did? He left me for somebody else. That's what he did to me. He left my home and he went back with his mother and left me to deal with what I was dealing with on my own. And I didn't say, oh, I'm going to get him back, or, you know, I'm going to get revenge back on him, or, you know, I helped helped him build his spirit back up, but he left me. It's like he took all the energy I was giving him and ran and left me for dead. You heard? And that summer of 2016, it was really hard for me because I couldn't believe somebody would do that to me. You heard? I couldn't believe somebody would do something like that to me. Like, I helped you and you going, it's like you stole my damn energy and left me for dead. Like, this is a real true story. I couldn't get out the bed. I ain't want to eat no food. You heard? Because it was like, come on, why would somebody do that to me? You know? And I was upset because I felt like a boundary was crossed, you know? I didn't even have to help you. I didn't even have to deal with that, you know? And I was already, his father died, then my cousin died like a week apart, so it was like, it was a lot to deal with, you know? Trying to make sure I stayed above water and then trying to make sure he stayed above water. But instead of him helping me, he left. He just left me. And I fell into a deep depression. Now, I didn't know why he left or what was going on. But one day my aunt came and she bought me a book, you know, and she was like, Shaniqua, I heard what's going on. And I heard how that boy went back home to his mother to be with somebody else. So I'm like, to be with somebody else. So you left me for dead after I helped you to go be with somebody else. You heard? I didn't even know that that's why he left. You heard? I didn't even really care to know why he left. It was just hurtful that somebody could just leave me for dead like that. Like, after I helped you, I gave you somewhere to stay at. I gave your father somewhere to stay at. You heard? I gave y'all a comfortable home to be in, and I helped you out. Even before that, even before I got a crib, we was together for a while. We was childhood sweethearts. So if that's all it took for you was to leave me at my lowest, I couldn't understand why somebody did that to me. You heard? And I didn't go seeking revenge. I didn't try to go hurt this person. You know, I didn't try to get him back or nothing. I just let him go. And I went through what it was that I had to go through. You heard? Because you can't make nobody do something. You know, if you want to go and, you know, do what you want to do, or if you want to go and be with somebody else, or if you don't want to appreciate what it is that I did for you, that's on you. I can't seek revenge back. I can't be like, oh, well, I helped him out. I got to get him back. No, I ain't do none of that. What I did was I went through what I had to go through, and it was very depressing for me. So as we doing the 10-year challenge, you know, everybody posting their pictures from 10 years. I'm looking at these pictures and at myself. I'm like, yo, I was going through a lot. But you couldn't tell, though, because I made sure I smiled. I made sure I didn't take that out on nobody. I made sure I kept pushing, you know, even the times I felt like I couldn't get out of bed because it was so hurtful. Like, how could somebody do somebody like that? Even if it's not me, you heard? Even if it's you, collective. If I see somebody going hard for somebody or making sure somebody good and they're out of nowhere, they just leave them for dead, that's fucked up. You heard? So I'm just giving y'all a little example of what I mean about you feeling like this person crossed the line with you. You know? Because like I said, I didn't know that he left to go be with somebody else. I didn't know that, you know? I didn't even really think about it in that way. Like, oh, he leaving me to go be with somebody else or whatever. I didn't think of it, but that's what was going on behind my back. You heard? And I didn't try to go retaliate. What I did was I faced what it was that I was dealing with. I faced the pain. I was angry about it. You heard? But I used the anger wisely. I used it to teach me that everybody is not deserving of me giving to them, or everybody is not deserving of me trying to help them, or everybody is not deserving of me of, you know, letting them move in my house, or everybody is not deserving of me opening up my arms if they going through something. You know, everybody is not deserving of my wisdom. Everybody is not deserving of my energy. So it was a boundary that was crossed. But I also learned the lesson in the process. You heard? And moving forward, I ain't never let nobody play with me like that again. Once you start crossing boundaries and I start feeling a little angry or you could leave me for dead, then you got to go. Somebody said I turned my pain into power, and that's exactly what I did. So it hurted, you heard? But it taught me I had to set better boundaries. So collective, my reason to telling you that story is that, yes, this person may have hurt you in the past. You know, yes, this person may have done something to you in the past where, you know, you felt like it was crossing the line, or, you know, they disrespected you. But don't allow what was done to you to change you in a negative way. Try to use whatever this is that this person did to you in the past that's making you feel stuck, or making you feel angry, or making you feel... Use that energy in a different way. Allow it to push you. Allow it to teach you how to set better boundaries. You know? Allow it to bring wisdom in your life. You know, so before I really jump into the reading, I wanted to give the overall energy. Whatever this is that this person did to you, it's making you feel trapped. I don't know if they cheated on you. I don't know if they left you for dead. You know? I don't know if you texting them, they not answering you back, because that's what was happening to me too. I just couldn't understand. Why did you leave? You know? I wasn't getting no answer back via text, and I wasn't a bad girl. I just didn't understand what the hell was going on. And instead of the person being honest and just saying, like, you know, I'm moving on, or I got somebody else, they just went silent. You know, and that could be very depressing as well. You know, I'm not saying that this happened to you. I'm just giving y'all a story from me. You heard? So whatever this is that this person chose to do to you, collective, that made you feel trapped or made you feel like you want revenge, Spirit is telling me to tell you it's time to recharge. If you look at this card here, it's birds on this card, like messages. When you recharge, that's when you can hear yourself more clearly. And in my time when that boy left me for dead like that, I didn't go out there and start dating. I didn't go out there and start drinking. I didn't go out there and start trying to run from my emotions. What I did was I went into solitude. I went into solitude so I could hear clearly what it was that I needed to hear from God. Anger is an emotion that comes to basically tell us it's time for a change. You know, there's something that you need to change in your life. Maybe it's you need to set better boundaries. Maybe you need to let somebody go. You know? But I'm just letting y'all know before I really jump into the reading on what's going on between you and this person. Use your anger wisely, collective. Anger is an emotion just like being happy is an emotion. Use it wisely. Go into hermit. Listen to what it is that you feel. Listen to what it is that you hear. So you can recharge and get your strength back. And trust me, by the end of the summer, I was back. That same boy tried to come back to me. He tried to come back. But and I ain't gonna sit here and act like I ain't let him come back. But it wasn't the same when he came back. It wasn't the same. You wanna know why? Because I promised myself I would never let nobody do that to me again. I didn't let him, he didn't come back and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get him back. I know he's gonna come back. No, it was never the same. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? I ended up getting married after that. I ended up, a year later, I got married to somebody else that I was like looking at, but I never really got into it with them because I was with him. And this person that I got married to, we always, you know, liked each other or whatever. But like I said, I was with him, so I didn't really, you know, y'all know how it be. Come on. Y'all know how it be. But when he came back, you heard? It was never the same. I'm telling y'all. It never was the same after that. It never, ever was the same. And we did try to get back together. I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't let him come back. But it wasn't the same. And once the feeling is gone, the relationship is over. Because it's like if you could do me like that one time, you could do me like that again. And what he didn't know was that I knew that he was down at his mother's house messing with somebody else. I didn't allow my anger or my emotions to make me crash out. But he ain't know that I knew that he was cheating on me. And then you tried to bring your ass back. That's what these men do. And I'm also telling you this too, Collective, before I get into the reading. Don't become trapped by these things that these men do to you, whether it's you a man or a woman. You know, I could have easily turned down my husband when he asked me to marry him, or I could have easily said, I'm not getting it back into a relationship. You know, this boy left me for dead. I know somebody else not gonna leave me for dead. No, I didn't allow it to keep me trapped. I didn't allow it to lock me down. I didn't allow it to put me in a mental prison. What I did was I used my anger wisely. I don't know who need to hear this out there. You angry about something that your partner did to you. I don't know exactly what it is. It could be an ex. It could be somebody you dealing with. Maybe somebody you're not speaking with. But use your anger wisely. Go into hermit and heal so you can hear exactly what it is that you need to heal. I mean, heal. You hear me? Heal. So you can so you can heal exactly what it is that you need to heal. Don't exhaust yourself, you know. Like Spirit said, you're a divine vessel. So don't allow whatever this is that happened to you to turn you bitter. Because see, that's what the devil wants. The devil wants you to be bitter. The devil wants you to not love again. The devil wants you to be angry. When you angry, you can't hear your thoughts. When you angry, you can't make certain decisions. You heard? So you got to use your anger wisely. Don't go seeking revenge. You know? So let's jump on into the reading, y'all. That's the overall energy. I like to get into the overall energy before we really jump into the reading. So let's get on into it. First, we're going to get into what exactly did the collective partner do to them to make them feel angry like this. Now, I gave y'all something that I went through. You heard? Because a lot of people, they want to be teachers. They want to give people wise advice. They want to give people wisdom. You can't give nobody wisdom if you didn't go through something yourself. I'm not saying that you can't take advice from people, but I don't want nobody giving me no advice if they didn't go through something themselves. Because if you didn't go through something yourself, then how you gonna give me some advice on something? You know? You can't be a teacher. A teacher is somebody that experienced things first. And then they go out there and teach what it is that they learned when they was experiencing what they experienced. That's why I told y'all that little story just now about what happened to me 10 years ago. And it only came up because we doing the 10-year challenge. I'm really looking at the pictures like, damn, I was going through a lot at that time. You know, it wasn't but the grace of God that helped me get out of that mental prison that I was trying to be put in. You heard? But I went through that so I could be able to get up here today to tell y'all. I was depressed. I had anxiety. I could not get out of the bed. And I couldn't understand why God was putting me through something like that. Y'all ever heard about Job from the Bible? I was in my season of Job. I didn't understand what the hell was happening. I'm looking at it like I'm a good person. I don't understand why this is happening to me. You could be feeling like that too. But I didn't allow anger to change the way I moved. I didn't allow anger to make me feel like, oh, I'm never going to get in a relationship. I didn't allow anger to overtake my life. I used what was happening to me and I alchemized it. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all before we really jump into the reading. Alchemize what it is that you're feeling. Whatever this person did to you, don't allow it to make you feel like, oh, I got to get revenge. Because that's not why God allowed this to happen to you. He didn't allow this to happen to you for you to feel like you need to get revenge. He allowed this to happen to you so you could wake the hell up. And like I told y'all, when that boy came back, he tried. But it never was the same again. It never was. Yo, I can't even explain it to you. It never was the same again. It never was the same. And I felt a little bad for him. But baby, you should have never left me like that for dead. You should have never did that. I'm laughing now. I was not laughing then. I was sad. I was sad. And that's where you want to get at. Where you can look back at something and laugh and just thank God. You know? Feel me? So, like I said, y'all, somebody crossed the line with you. Whoever you dealing with, whatever relationship, whatever this is that you got going on, and you angry about it. Maybe you want to forgive this person, and I had to forgive. You know you got to forgive people. You got to forgive them. Because that's the only way you could fully be released from whatever mental prison it got you in. You got to forgive. So maybe you having a hard time forgiving your person. Maybe you don't want to forgive this person. But I'm here to tell you to use what it is that you feeling wisely. So let's jump on into the beat, y'all. What is it that the collective person did to them that they feel like they crossed the line? What is it that the collective person did to them that made them feel like they crossed the goddamn line? Whatever this person did to you, it got you looking within. This the third time this card came out. It came out in the other deck, and it's coming out in this deck. If you look at this card here closely, it looked like she looking at some pictures or something, reminiscing about something. So whatever this is that your person did to you, it made you retrospect. It made you pull back. It say inner knowing, self-awareness, honesty. It's whatever they did to you, you had to be honest with yourself. Just like I had to be honest with myself with the story I just told y'all. Once my aunt came in and was like, yeah, he went down there to be with somebody, I had to be honest with myself. I had to be honest. You got the truth. God made sure the truth got to me. Even though I was left for dead, God didn't leave me for dead. Because he made sure that message came to me through another person, through my aunt. I didn't know who. She didn't say who he was down there with. She didn't say who he was messing with. But she gave me a heads up because I didn't know what the hell was going on. But God made sure somebody brought the message to me so I could have some clarity on what the hell was going on, which gave me a little bit more energy to move on. You feel me? Y'all understand what I'm saying? It gave me some time to start looking within. Shaniqua, you can't deal with somebody like that. If somebody could leave you for dead like that, they don't deserve your energy. So, whatever this is that this person did to you, collective, it got you checking yourself. You looking within. You know, and the things that you find, and you may be angry with yourself. You may be angry with this person, but I'm telling you, use your anger wisely. Use whatever it is you feeling and alchemize it. Don't allow whatever this is that happened to you to change you or make you close off your heart. I just put that on my Facebook today. Your heart chakra, I don't know if y'all know about the chakras. Let me tell you, when I was young, I used to always go get my palm read. I was always into spirituality. You know, if it's your calling, it's your calling. Every single time, I used to get on my nerves. Every time somebody read my palm, every time somebody did a reading for me, they would say, your heart chakra is closed. I didn't even understand what a heart chakra was yet. But I just kept asking myself, why these people don't know each other? Every time I go to somebody, they telling me my heart chakra is closed. Every time. Till the one last time, I think this was like 4 years ago. 5 years ago, me and my friends went to Miami. I'm going to get to the read, y'all. I just giving y'all what I went through. We went to Miami. It was some girl. She was reading palms or whatever. Y'all know, when it's meant for you to run into a spiritualist, you're going to run into a spiritualist. You're going to run right into them. And she read they little palm. And then she going to say to me, mind you, I'm a reader already. I knew how to read cards and stuff. But I didn't know about like the chakra system like that. I didn't know about it like that. I didn't even really know what a heart chakra was. I just knew it had something to do with my heart. You heard, but when you go through stuff over and over and over and over again, people betraying you, people cheating on you, people leaving you, you giving your energy, you helping people out, they leaving you out there for dead, your heart get closed off. I'm trying to tell y'all. You probably don't even know. And look, I was walking around smiling, still being me, still being nice. But my energy, my heart was closed off. She said to me, your heart chakra is closed off. I said, you know what? That's it. I need to go study what the heart chakra is. I need to go do some research on this. It made me start looking within. You heard, collective? I had to start looking within because I'm like, I keep hearing this from mad different people. I'm in my 20s now. I wasn't even 30 yet. I don't think I was 30 yet. I'm going to be 35 this year. But I don't think I was 30 yet. I think I was 29. I don't really remember. Yeah, because it was like 5 years ago. And I was like, nah, that's it. I got to study with the heart chakra. I got to see what the... Because if your heart chakra is closed, you're going to call in the same thing over and over and over and over again to you. So if somebody left you for dead, you're going to call in the next person that's going to leave you for dead. If somebody broke your heart, you're going to keep calling in somebody that broke your heart. If you don't heal your heart chakra, or if you let it close, you're going to call in the same energy over and over and over and over again. Straight like that. Also, when your heart chakra is closed, you can't... God live in the heart, y'all. That's where God live at. So if your heart is closed off, how you going to hear God? How you going to hear your ancestors? How you going to hear the people that loved you, that passed on? How you going to hear? You can't hear nothing. All you hearing is anxiety. All you hearing is how you trying to control the situation. All you hearing is how angry you is. All you hearing is how you want to get somebody back because they crossed the boundary. I'm just trying to help y'all out here. Somebody, whoever you in a relationship, they done pissed you the hell off. You pissed off. A boundary was crossed. And you want to get this person back. Don't feel bad about wanting to get them back because you're human. But I'm just trying to tell you, collective, don't use that energy in that way. Don't use that energy in that way. Allow this energy to be used in another way. Allow it to be used in another way. So, like I said, your person did something to you. And now it got you looking within. We about to get into it. What it is that happened. So we got love affair here. We got player, third party, hooking up, possible STD. So you could have found out that your person was cheating on you. You heard? You could have found out that your person had a third party. You could have found out that your person was talking to somebody else. The same thing that happened to me. You heard? And it hurted like hell. Especially when you a good person, when you a good woman or you a good man, you really giving from your heart. And then you are not